friends, Dr. Kim Lewis here, and here we are for another episode of NRV Healthy, a podcast where we explore all the healthy things that are here in the New River Valley. This morning we're at Eats in Blacksburg. It's one of my favorite places in the world, and we're talking to Andrea Langston, and she's one of the owners of Eats, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about Eats. So tell us some about the history of Eats and how it interacts with the community and things like that.
Sure. Thanks for having us. Thanks for coming. And we love this place too. Eats has been around for Eats has been around since 1974. It was started by a group of college students who wanted better options for food and access to food in the Blacksburg area. In 1978, one of the original members of that group, Stan Davis, brought the other members out and became an independent store. We kind of kept the mentality of being a co-op, community co-op, and so for many, many years we operated that way and gave member discounts and such. But we've always had the mission of offering the highest quality products at the lowest price for our community, because for us, healthy food and healthy supplements is what everyone in our community should have access to. So that's always been very important to us. Eats was founded on vegetarian principles. We eventually expanded and had some meat options, mostly because we wanted to offer our friends who are using SNAP benefits to be able to shop here and use those benefits here. But we have a very rigorous standard, as we always have, for bringing in products that are healthy, that don't have any junk in them, that are clean, and that our community can trust that what's on the shelf is a good product. In 2016, myself and my colleague Hannah McKnight started taking over the business from Stan and his wife Becky. It was a shared ownership for several years, and then Stan and Becky were able to step away and retire at the end of 2023, and so Hannah and I have been the two managers and owners now. We have a great team, so we rely heavily on our staff who we train and we work with to learn more about natural products and natural foods, and who bring a passion with them to serve their community, and that's always been our purpose, is to be a community service.
Okay. So health food stores have changed a lot over the years, and I'm old enough to remember when there was no internet, and so tell us a little bit how you think that this has changed over the years. Was this place in another location?
We've been in a couple of locations. The original locations were all over the place in Blacksburg. People think it's funny that one of the first locations was where Top of the Stairs is, popular bar, college bar, is now. But for many years we were further down on North Main in a building that there was a fire in 2010. At that point, Stan and Becky were thinking that was the end of Eats and they were going to close down, but we have such a loyal customer base that customers said, no way, what can we do? They came out with buckets and scrubbing materials and their cars.
So nice.
Yeah, it was a wonderful.
People here are so nice.
People are great, and our customers love us, and we love them. And so Eats moved into where Oasis World Market is now, and shared that space for a few years until we landed here in the fire was in 2006, and so we landed here in 2010 and have been here ever since. So for the last 16 years, we've expanded and built in this building.
Since I've been here, I've come into Eats. I love this. I send people down here with lists all the time. They know. I said, just tell them, that I send my patients down, tell them that you need this, and they'll help you find it, because everybody here is sweet. So, but I think people have some misunderstandings about health food stores. And if you can tell me what you think some of those are, and I think I might know, but
yeah, I think the biggest one is that we're expensive and out of reach for folks. And like I said, our mission has always been to be affordable and to offer products that even folks who come from out of town will say, I don't know how you can have these prices, because they're used to shopping at their local stores or Whole Foods or Trader Joe's even. So that is, I think, the biggest misconception. The other one is that there's just an attitude or an air of superiority in health food stores, and that can't be further from the truth. I mean, we are salt of the earth.
That's not so not true.
So true. But I think people are afraid sometimes to come in because they think, well, I don't know enough, and I'm going to feel shameful or be judged, and that just isn't the case. And luckily, we have grown as a community fixture, so our demographic has also grown over the years. We find a broader and broader group of folks coming in, giving us a try, and then we do no marketing, so it's all word of mouth and people hearing about us.
We have Facebook pages, a little, I look and things, but look, this place, you can come here and get lunch. You can come here and know that nothing that you're getting in here is toxic for your system. You can look at how quiet, there's 2 or 3 tables here, beautiful view, it's nice and quiet, that you can look up things in the books, you can bring a book and read it. I bet you could probably even get a cup of coffee or hot water for tea here, and sit down and relax for a couple minutes. This is a beautiful, beautiful environment, right? So if someone was to come in for the very first time, and they're just starting out, they're like, I don't know, maybe they just had an epiphany, or maybe their doctor said to them, okay, you're going to have to get over your lifestyle, and terminate your lifestyle. Where would they start? I mean, you have so many people here that are knowledgeable, and so many different things.
Food is medicine. That's our belief. That's our foundation of what we believe in. Food is medicine, and we have good food here. A lot of things have changed. There are more packaged foods, and so we have to be more careful about the foods that we vet. But we also want to meet that need in the community because people don't have a lot of time, and so even the things that we bring in that are considered packaged foods are still very clean. There are no artificial flavorings, there are no dyes, there's never any high fructose corn syrup. So we tell people to start with food, and then a good multivitamin and minerals. Those are kind of your staples for good health when you don't know where to start. And then start teasing out what other things are you having issues with, and how can we talk with you, or use our resources to find things that can help with some of those specific needs that you might have, or health issues that are coming up.
So I agree with her 100%. A lot of times very sick people, they want a lot of changes quickly, but if your diet's not good, and you don't have enough minerals and vitamins in your system to use the food, or your liver's dirty and everything, you just have to go at that slowly, right? A little train goes far. My best friend's a meteorologist. A little train goes far. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to get up and go walk around in here, and then we're going to come back and we're going to answer some more questions and talk a little bit more. So how about you and I get up and we go look at this beautiful store we have?
That sounds great. I love showing off these.
Oh yeah, this is I come in here all the time. All right, you ready? Let's go.
Ready. Thanks for coming. As I said before, Eats has been around for 50 years, and we've grown and we've changed. One of our departments that have been around for a while is our gems and stones, which people love coming in and shopping. We go to gem shows to find those. Another thing this time of year, we have our local farmers who bring in seedlings, and so you can get certified organic and local seedlings to put into your garden without going to a nursery. So this is a wonderful thing that we have just this time of year, obviously.
So these are probably safe farmers, or are they organic?
They're organic.
Oh,
yes,
nice.
They're organic. These are from Green Star Farm. We've had a relationship with Green Star for many, many years, and we get produce from them as well as their seedlings every year.
Wow. Well, I'm looking for farms to go and do farm tours, so maybe I'll have to call these guys. There's so many.
Yeah. So they kind of take up a little bit of space in our gems and stones, but you can see that we have a wide assortment of gems and stones that folks come in and shop, and a lot of giving happens in this corner.
I've been known to teach meditation, and I've been known to give people little pretty things as reminders to be centered, and I always come here and buy them. I always have bags full of them when I haven't taught lately, but when I do.
Well, we've done a lot of changing and rearranging over the years, but our front section here is mostly our body care and skin care, and so we have a lot of items, again, locally, as well as items that we get from national distributors. CBD is a hot item these days, and these are two of the Virginia companies that we have chosen to go with, who make their own products. They grow their own hemp.
Cypress hemp?
Cypress hemp and pure Shenandoah. They're up in the Shenandoah Valley, pure Shenandoah, and cypress hemp is out in the Piedmont.
And here, all your skincare products, or most of your skincare products are here.
Yes,
right?
Throughout all these aisles. So you're starting with the shampoos and conditioners in this aisle, and we have a wide selection for all different hair types.
Well, it's super important, you guys. What goes on your skin goes in your cells.
And then, of course, we're going to have all of the lotions, facial creams, astringents that you might need.
NRV is a nice brand, too, for being a mid-range brand that's really safe.
It is. It's a real nice one. And one of our new favorites is Fat in the Moon. It's a women-owned company out west, and they have really nice, clean products. I have been using their oil on my face for over a year now, and I just love it.
Bentonite is good for not just your skin, it's good for everything. It's a binder, and it pulls all your parasites out. It's nice.
And we're going to have your sunscreens for this time of year. We always have a sunscreen display that we try to bring in on sale at the beginning of the season, so you can stock up and get what you need there.
Sunscreen, general commercial sunscreen is unbelievably toxic. It's been theorized by more than one oncologist that the sunscreen is more damaging than the sun, right?
We'll go to our supplement section next. So we have a large homeopathic section of supplements, which has been popular for years. And so that is in this area, as well as some topicals as well. And then we move into more of our functional supplements. So from the essential fatty acids, and omegas have been a popular one forever.
You know that I send people, you're probably out of them right now, because I send people down here specifically to get the DHA plus.
Yes, and then we have our vitamins and minerals section. Obviously very important, all the multivitamins, and we even have some kids vitamins as well. We had pretty much left the kids line up to Annie K's because they have the toy store families, but we have more and more families coming in here, so we always have a small line of kids vitamins as well. But and then all of our minerals, as you know, vitamin D, one of the most essential ones that everybody needs a little bit more of. So we have a lot of vitamin D, as well as the minerals, magnesium. This is probably the most sought after these days.
Can I say something lovely about you and Annie K's? Like if I'm over there, it happens because it's closer to my office and they're out of something, they will call here and you do the same thing to see whether or not you have it. Like, you guys are like this, and that's really about abundance.
Yeah.
Right. I'll cry if I talk about that stuff too much.
This is our gut and health section, so we have probiotics as well as all of the other digestive enzymes and things that you would need. Ginger for calming a rumbling stomach, and moving over into even things for fasting and your fibers and greens. And so this section we call our gut health section.
I keep this chlorella from here at my house, and when I juice, I just top it off with some chlorella because it's liquid sunshine. It goes right into your cells. It's amazing.
Yes. Yes. And then, of course, we have a section of herbs. So all of the different herbs you might need. Oregano, is one of the most sought after for antibacterial,
anti-parasitic too.
Anti-parasitic, yes. And then over here is more of our heart and joint health, ear, eye, brain. We have a CBD section here as well. Hormone support is another one that people are looking at with healthy aging and getting through the different cycles of life. So we have that section here, and then we've built a huge protein, collagen, electrolyte section, because that and creatine, that has become a new very popular item, and we all, especially as we age, we need more protein as women. So we try to find lots of different options for plain proteins and collagens. I'm a big fan of ancient nutrition these days, and the earth-fed muscle protein powder. Really love that.
What should we look at next?
Who can say no to chocolate? We think chocolate is health food, and so our chocolate aisle is always shopped. There's always something on sale. You can see that those have emptied out. They were full on Tuesday when I was here last, so they have moved because they're great sales. I mean, these huge chocolate bars are generally $5.89 a bar, and they're $3.79 if you are a Eats Loyalty member.
Let me talk to you guys for a minute. I know you're like, ooh. Now look, first of all, we're desensitized as a nation to sugar. When you quit sugaring all the time, which is the same thing, it's just slightly off from drinking. Sugaring and drinking alcohol are very close to each other. This stuff is good for your brain. It's full of flavonoids, these high cocoa, and they taste wonderful, and you want a little snack, and you break a little bit of that off, and you dip it in a really healthy oil, peanut or almond butter or whatever, and next thing you know, you've got a healthy brain snack.
Yeah, they're wonderful.
No guilt.
And then I can't emphasize enough how important our bulk food section is. Bulk foods has changed over the years. This was kind of the foundation of health food stores in the 70s was bulk foods. And it has changed because, as you know, people are busier. They're looking for more things that are already put together. But we maintain a full bulk section. I think if you looked around at other health food stores, ours is double the size. And so from the snacks and things like that into all of the grains, sugars, flours, nuts.
And
seeds.
I buy this stuff here too.
Yes. Beans and rice, staple for everybody. Our bulk section is huge, and I will shortly take you over into our section of bulk spices and herbal supplements. We have coffee and teas both in bulk as well, and you cannot get a fresher spice anywhere other than here at Eats looking at our bulk foods.
What you got going on here?
This is our dairy cooler, and so again, everything is sourced so that we have products that are healthy, not filled with fillers, and that are either organic or natural. We have a local milk that comes in only starting in about May through September, October, because he only grass feeds his herd, and so when it gets colder and there's not enough grass, he takes the stress off of the cows and gives them a break during the winter. So we only get to enjoy them during the summer months.
I lived in Ireland. Grass-fed milk products are the bomb.
Yeah.
They ruined me for all the other dairy products, and I will come back now that I realize this and get this
and
now.
It's also A2. All of his herd is A2. He doesn't mark it because he has a couple old cows that are not jerseys, and then all of our eggs are also local, and all of our egg vendors are vetted for what they're feeding their chickens, that they are treated more humanely, and that we are not getting any byproducts of anything by eating their eggs. So we have several egg vendors who come in every week and bring eggs. The only time we don't have just local eggs is during the holiday months where people are baking and we just have too much demand, and it's a time when the eggs aren't producing as much. We have a lot of plant-based options as well. So in this cooler, not only do we have full dairy, but we have plant-based options for milk, for cream, for butter. This is our produce section. It's our jewel. All of our produce, like I said, is either certified organic or certified naturally grown, so you can trust that it's come in healthy and clean of any pesticides. There's nothing in there that's going to be harmful. And we have local as well. So this is one of our locals right now, is the rhubarb. Wonderful, with strawberries.
Strawberry kind.
Yes, indeed. And then this produce cooler as well. Again, as often as we can, we're going to have local. We have local herbs right now, local kale, and as much as we can bring in, we really deal with Green Star Farm and Riverstone Organics right now, as well as Cat the Farmer, who brings us some dressings and some prepared salads.
I've run across Cat the Farmer already.
At the Blacksburg Farmers Market, I bet you have.
More than one of these people. You know, this is area, and I said this before, this area is just fabulous for healthy alternatives.
Yes. And then I really want to show off our bulk spices and herbs. We have over 200 bulk spices in herbs and jars, and so these come fresh from a co-op up in Iowa who sources ethically from all around the world. They build partnerships with their farmers and their suppliers. They do good works in the community. They have also been around.
From Illinois, yeah.
They've also been around for quite some time, and all of the nice thing about bulk is that you can get as little or as much as you want. So you never have that jar of spices that you've paid mostly for the jar sitting in your cabinet just getting old and stale. You can come in and prepare weekly or monthly so that you have just what you need and you're using it fresh. And also supplemental herbs. And so a lot of people like to brew their own concoctions for medicinal purposes. So we have that. One of the most popular is psyllium, which is a great fiber. We have lots of people come in just for that.
And you can get your own capsules. I know a lot of people these days order capsule makers and make their own capsules of things.
Yes, and we have empty capsules here as well. And then we have our bulk teas and bulk coffees. These again come from Frontier. We have a great selection of black teas, reds and greens, as well as herbal teas. And then our coffee is from Equal Exchange. Again, another co-op that works with their farmers and works with us to make sure that we can keep our prices affordable. But it does smell great whenever anyone's ever getting coffee or filling coffee. You just stand back here and soak it in.
Can we backtrack a little bit?
Absolutely.
Because this is where my cleaning products come from, and I wanted to talk to you about your pump bar and your cleaning products here too, because we don't need a huge amount. I lose my mind over that. The scent in washing liquid, washing powder, and softener it's cancerous. Like, so no, you guys pay attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is lovely, and we try to get as much bulk as we can. So this is a Castile liquid soap, kind of like the Bronner's, but it's from Vermont soap. Mm-hmm. And then we have laundry detergent as well as a cleaner in bulk and dish liquid. Also, one of my new favorites is Green Llama, because they are making things in little tablets, and so you just mix with water. There's not a lot of ingredients in here that you can see the ingredient list. You can pronounce all of those.
Just drop it in your bottle and
have your bottle, drop it in, shake it up, and you go. And I really am enjoying both the glass cleaner and the all-purpose cleaner from Green Llama. And so they're also working on sustainable packaging. You can see they're not in plastic. The Green Llama is in paper instead of plastic jugs, and that's a big movement for us as well. We're always trying to find things that are sustainable for the environment because we care about our planet.
We care about our planet. We only get one.
We only get one.
And then you have the fun stuff.
Yeah, the fun stuff and the treats, absolutely.
And tea in boxes.
Mm-hmm. And this is again some more of our local. We like to feature our local farmers. So this is a local tea again from Green Star, from Lauren Cooper, but also from Blue Sky Botanicals. Sarah Gibbs has been at the farmers market, and she's making really lovely blends of teas for specific purposes and remedies. So we love having both of those and supporting both of them.
You guys, 78% of the medication is still made out of plants. You can put those plants in hot water and drink them, and it works just the same. You just have to have quality. Oh, that's your.
Yep.
Your.
Well, we do have a community board. Again, we love to support our community. So anything that people are advertising, they can put on our community board. We have one out front for things that are dated, so that people see that right away. And this is more of a come and look and.
Oh, good. All of my cards are gone.
Yes, you're going to have to put some more up.
That's a good sign.
I mentioned earlier that Eats was founded on vegetarian principles, but we eventually got a committee together and decided that we wanted to bring meat in, but we wanted it to be clean and follow our same principles. We have a lot of local producers now, getting new local producers for meat. Again, everything is vetted. Are the animals treated humanely? Is the feed acceptable? The practice is good. And the meat going to be clean. And so we have some local folks, as well as anything that we bring in is either, again, vetted with our survey, or it's organic, certified organic. So you can count on getting good, clean meat here, and a lot of it local, which is the best way, I believe, to get our meat is from small local farms. we love that aspect of it.
I'm going to interrupt you again because of this. This was my example when I lived in Ireland. I would say to people, when you go to Ireland and you look at the products, it says wheat and, and it says eggs and salt and butter, right? And sugar. It does not have a paragraph like this at the end of it. Not just Ireland, everywhere else but here, right? That it's just, we're just full of chemicals, and I'm fighting this on a cellular level with people all the time. Nice snacks too.
Good snacks, and a lot of gluten-free as well. So we try to have things for every dietary need. We have a lot of gluten-free items that are marked as such, and a lot of plant-based items as well, as full dairy, canned yes, like tofu cuties. We have a local cheesecake that is gluten-free, a gluten-free crust. So that is a popular item as well. And one of the things that is flying off the shelf these days is the ice cream for bears made with honey instead of sugar. So it's nice ingredients as well, and egg yolks in there instead of any gums or fillers.
And
so that's always
I'm a beekeeper, so we're all about that.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, and so again, like I said, we're a one-stop shop. Our freezer aisle has all of the different options that you might expect in a regular grocery store. And as we move closer to the front, we're getting into more of our gift section, which we've expanded in the past.
I buy that stuff too.
And lastly, I'll stop here. Another bulk item we have olive oils, both and balsamic vinegars in bulk. And so we have just the regular plain, as well as infused olive oils and infused vinegars. And these have been a hot seller. Another partnership with a local business, the Gourmet Pantry, which she retired a few years ago, and she said, "Hey, could you all use this?" And we said, "Absolutely." And so our customers, and we picked up some new customers that used to get this from her. So
It's really so good. You're close to all the honey and all the honey candles and all that.
yeah, and then our gift section, which we've tried to make a beautiful part of the front of the store. A lot of our gifts come from local artisans and local craftspeople, and we like to feature them and make them, set them out in a beautiful space. These cutting boards and sandwich boards are all from a local artisan who uses reclaimed wood and just does beautiful things, puts beautiful things together, and we like to display them.
Non-plastic
Absolutely.
containers. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, I mean, we used to have plain canteen and hydro flasks, but everybody has them now, and so we've found other sources, but all of ours are either ceramic or they're metal and walled and vacuum insulated, so that you're not getting the plasticides in your drinking, and especially with heated items.
Yes, I'm going to touch this cup. We don't ever drink anything hot with a plastic lid. This is silicone. This is silicone, right? That leaches the bad things come directly out of that hot plastic lid. If you go get Starbucks or whatever, you take the lid off and you put it in another container.
Yeah. Or
right.
just get one that you can carry with you. That's what I do. My friends think I'm neurotic sometimes because I always have my silverware that I carry with me, and I always have my cups that I carry with me to avoid just that.
My friends know I'm neurotic. They're like, no carbs here. No.
Yeah.
This is pretty too.
Yeah, it is. It's gorgeous. We have a wonderful merchandiser who displays all of it and orders such fun things and finds good artisans that we can showcase.
We have some more beautiful things over here.
And then our card section. We have folks who come in just to shop our cards. And so we are always bringing in new cards as well as cards from our local artists. So we have one rack that's just dedicated to our local artists. This is our local herbalist again. And we have a photographer who travels far and wide and takes wonderful pictures, as well as having someone who's a crafter, and so she makes these lovely 3D kind of cards with different reliefs in them and nature scenes. And then one of our favorites is Mary, who does watercolors and prints. And so we're really lucky to have so many vendors who want to sell their products with us, as well as getting cards that are nationally made. Again, we try to stick with local small letter presses or small companies that you just can't find other places. We try to differentiate ourselves that way.
So if you need a special gift for somebody or something that's really nice and from the heart, not only the cards but all the things in here are really thoughtful gifts. And what a great place. Well, let's look at your register.
This is one of our Eats Essentials that I talked about. And so any of the items that have a green tag are those everyday low price Eats Essentials. Bread's an essential. We want people to have them. This is a sourdough bread right around the corner. We have a gluten-free bread that is also part of our Eats Essentials because we don't want to leave anyone out of that Eats Essentials for dietary needs. So we try to make sure we have a selection of all types of items that are Eats Essentials that folks can afford.
Quinoa is such a slow-release carb that I've had. When I'm having people stabilize their blood, I put the quinoa into their diet, so that's amazing too.
Yeah, and this is a regional company out of North Carolina that we've fallen in love with. Really nice gluten-free bread, which is often sometimes hard to find in gluten-free.
Yeah, people that are moving to this area, I will tell you, everybody thinks Asheville and everybody thinks, Northern California or Oregon or wherever, but this area is absolutely happening for natural things and healthy alternatives. And we want to thank Andrea Eats for having us here today.
So glad you came by, and thanks for letting me show you around.
You bet. And please, everyone, please come down here and take a look and shop here, because then when you come in the office, I know that you're eating clean, and that's a good place to start. Well, that was fun, walk around the store. So we've got some questions in closing. What do you think has helped Eats stay such an important part of the community over the years?
Trust, I think, is first and foremost. People do trust us to have on the shelves things that they can not spend a lot of time looking at labels, but can trust that we have vetted the products and brought in good things. And I think also we listen to our customers. We are always adapting and changing our product lines, what we offer for the needs of our customers. So we've continued to grow and adapt. We're always looking for new products, and we're always looking to meet the needs of our customers and bring in new ones.
Well, it must be working, because when I come in here, I see families with children, and then I see young people by themselves, either working in the community or going to tech or both. And then I see people, these are veteran people, you can tell, because people in their 80s that are smiling and happy with good skin and a cognitive brain. I'm like, you've been taking care of yourself for a long time.
Absolutely.
So it's absolutely working. So if someone had never been in here before, what would you want them to experience? What would you tell them to experience?
Well, I think one of the things we talked about earlier is just walk in and close your eyes and take a deep inhale, because everyone comments on how good it smells in here, and it smells fresh and natural.
I had said it smells amazing in here, and I had said you could blindfold me and confuse me and bring me in here, and I would know where I was at. Right?
But the other thing I would want people to experience is just that we have friendly customer service. It sets us apart. All stores now have natural and organic, but we have all natural and organic, and we vet everything, and we have a customer service that you don't find anywhere else. You will find our regular customers interacting with our cashiers, our floor staff, as well as each other when you're in here. So, and I hope that the care and love for our community shines through the first time you walk in, because that is where we are rooted and where we believe our 52 years comes from.
This place is amazing. So, talk to me a little bit about the future of the store. Talk about places like your website, your Facebook page. If you have specials, where could somebody find them? What kind of fun stuff do you have upcoming? Can you talk to me about that?
Absolutely. So I mentioned that Hannah and I started taking over fully when Stan and Becky retired, and we had a membership program for a very long time, and while it was a hard decision for us to get rid of that, we really thought hard about what can we do instead, and to supplant that, to make sure that all of our customers are being afforded the accessibility sales and deals and getting something back. So in 2019, we joined an organization called INFRA, which stands for Independent Natural Food Retailers Association. And that is a nationwide group based out of Minnesota that allows us to have some buying power to compete with the big box stores. They also support us in marketing, in product selection, in data analysis, and so they help us with a lot of things like that. But that has given us the ability to widen and broaden our sales. So every month we have sales that are in for deals that people just get when they walk in the door. We also have a loyalty program, so anybody who signs up with us with an account, and that's all it is having their name on file and puts their phone number when they come in the door. We have about 150 to 250 products every month that are discounted deeply for just those customers. And so you get those sales if you are a member with us, as well as earning cash back on every purchase that you can use later in the store. And finally, the other thing we did, again, to make our products accessible to everyone, is we went through the store, and in every department we chose staple items that we feel everybody should be able to afford and purchase a clean, good product. And so we have what we call our Eats Essentials. And so you'll see that our eggs are fully certified organic or certified naturally grown. Produce section is all at everyday low prices. We have items like toothpaste and deodorant and shampoo, breads, our staple items in our bulk sections, and our spices. Everything in every department has an Eats Essentials block that is an everyday low price.
That's really interesting. I did not know that there was a nationwide association with buying. I do that lab testing. There's some lab testing that I can do that with. So that is fascinating. And I will tell you what she just said something magic in my mind. She's talking about lotions, deodorants, skin cream, skin care, hair care. There's so much, if you don't get healthy, clean ones, there's so much estrogen in that it scares me, literally scares me. So yes, please always come to a healthy place and come to this place and get those. Just get that stuff off your skin. But anyway, friends, it's been so nice to talk this morning with Andrea and look around Eats. And if you like this kind of information, like and subscribe. And I will put all of Eats information in the bottom, their website and their location and the contact and things like that. And thanks for being with us again today on NRV Healthy. And friends, have a great day.
Thank you. Thanks, Dr. Lewis.
You're welcome, Andrea. Bye. Bye, friends.